Hi there. In my earlier videos we have discussed about business communication and its importance. In this video we will be talking about market sizing. Reintroducing myself. I am Arora, an entrepreneur in human resource and business advisory. As an entrepreneur I have experimented with multiple business concepts, like online career guidance, women's safety, cold press oil, and many more. Not all of them were success, some of them were closed even before it could start. This video will help to structure your thoughts in understanding business viability. Have you ever thought of being an entrepreneur? Or you have an idea, which you felt that it is great idea? Or you are already in a business and you want to diversify in new product. Have you ever thought why most of the ideas or business products have premature exits? Or they have closed? What is the kind of preliminary study we should work upon to identify potential of our business idea or a product launch? What is market sizing? How do you go about doing that? What are the key factors I need to keep in mind before doing it? Understanding your ability to penetrate that market is important. If your market is too small you can't make money, no matter how innovative the product or how competitive your pricing is. Top-down and bottom-up analyses are two basic ways to evaluate that market. A top-down analysis is calculated by determining the total market, then estimating your share of that market. A typical top-down analysis might go something like this. I will sell a gadget that everyone can use. And since there are 300,000 people in my area, even if I only manage to land 5% of that market I'll make 15,000 sales. Sounding a little fuzzy? Sounding a little optimistic? You must have done this exercise several times, multiple business proposition or idea which must have struck your mind. That's how a top-down analysis usually goes. It's like the stereotypical. You must have heard this typical forecast pitch, which is communicated. 2% of a $1 billion market is $20 million. Let us understand bottom-up analysis. A bottom-up analysis is calculated by estimating potential sales in order to determine a total sales figure. A bottom-up analysis evaluates where products can be sold, the sales of comparable products, and the slice of current sales you can carve out. While it takes a lot more effort, the result is usually much more accurate. Here is how a bottom-up analysis might work in real life. Let us pretend you developed a prototype silencer for cruiser bike, and you want to determine if there is a market for your silencer. A profitable market that will sustain a real business. What are the questions one should have answers? Where is cruiser bike silencer typically sold? How many bike accessory shops are there in India? How many of those cruiser bike accessory shops will be willing to stock your silencer? Historically, how many cruiser bike silencer like yours does a bike shop sell in a year? Let us take these questions step by step. Where is bike silencer sold? Most are sold, obviously, in bike shops, but also by major retailers, and online. You have decided to focus on retail bike shops for now, since B2B market or becoming OEM takes longer conversion time. How many bike accessory shops are there in India? We will assume you don't want to try to sell and ship overseas. With some research let us assume you found that there are approximately 4,100 bike shops. Some statistics on two-wheeler sales in India. How many of those bike accessory shops will be willing to stock your silencer? Here's where it gets tricky. You will need to conduct market survey. Talk to as many bike shops as you can to see if they would be willing to carry your silencer. Some statistics on two-wheeler sales in India. Let's say you conducted a sample survey with 100 shops, out of which if 30 claim they would stock your silencer, be conservative and cut that number in half. While a shop owner may agree in principle today, they may not come through in fact tomorrow. Plus, you may be physically unable to get product into every willing bike shop's hand. Once you have required information, then extrapolate. Post that it would be reasonable to assume that 15% of bike shops may actually be willing to carry your product. Let us analyze our data based on our survey. Our total number of bike shops was 4,100. And 15% equals 615. So your silencer could potentially be sold in approximately 600 bike shops. Analyze historical data point like: how many bike silencer like mine does a bike shop sell in a year? If yours is a premium or specialized silencer that could limit your market, always compare with similar products. Based on the market survey you had conducted with bike shops, they sell on an average of 200 silencers per year. Good number, isn't it? But how much can you sell to each store? If you are guessing 200, then here is the point where everything goes wrong. Every shop carries a variety of silencer. So, you have to be conservative and assume you can sell 30 silencer a year to each shop. The math is easy. 615 bike shops times 30 silencers per shop, which equals 18,450 silencers a year. What is hard is pulling together the data so you can do the math. What is even harder is feeling confident in the data. Even though we kept using the word conservative, assumptions we just made are still fairly optimistic.
Thank you for your guidance and inputs. Can you share your insights? That after all the survey, data analysis, and number crunching, what should I do to make sure everything goes as analyzed?
You must get every shop to stock your silencers. You must carve out a slice of existing premium silencer sales. Factor in sensitive points. Double the number in the event your results exceed expectations. And cut the number in half in case things do not go as planned. And throw in a factor for your ability to market to every bike shop. Contacting each one, especially since most are independent, will take time and money you may not have. The key to sizing up your market is to stay objective and make an honest and unbiased evaluation of how viable your product or service will be. In most cases, a bottom-up analysis will be creating a more serious, sensible data assumption. Always go into business with realistic expectations. That way the only surprises are least where sales are concerned. They will be pleasant ones. This was just an example. You can evaluate your business projects or concepts more or less in a similar way to understand market sizing for multiple industries. Whether it's e-commerce project, or concept-based project or manufacturing of new product. Let me know if you like the video with your valued comments. In our next session we will understand our next step on how to do competition analysis. Until then, goodbye, and do share your feedback and questions, would be happy to help.